we're going to look at how to shine a pair of tassel loafers. Now you'll see that this pair has a beautiful apron toe, a nice clean heel all the way around the back. We're going to work on making these look phenomenal. You're going to need a couple of different products. First, I'm going to be using Saphir's Mirror Gloss in black, and then I'll be using Saphir's Pat Deluxe in blue. Blue is really great for black. It really increases the intensity of the shine. Then I'm going to be using simple water. I'm using a dispenser here, but you don't need a dispenser. If you don't have one, you can use just the lid of your wax or a small bowl or something else to hold a small amount of water. To get started, we're going to use the Mirror Gloss. You want to begin using this to build up the layers on the shoe. The most important part of any good mirror shine is having plenty of solid layers of wax to buff and build up that shine. You'll see here what I'm doing is I'm simply warming up the wax, and this is getting the solvents that have kind of settled to the bottom, bringing them back to the top to soften the wax so I'm able to begin building layers with it. You'll see I'm just adding these to the toe and a little bit down along the welt line and around to the edge. I'm going to speed this up a little bit because this is a long and tedious portion of building your mirror shine. But you want to make sure you add plenty of layers. A lot of people ask how many layers they need, and what I typically tell them is it's easier to track it by time. So I spend 3 to 5 minutes building these initial layers of wax. When we're done with the Mirror Gloss, we're going to use the Pat Deluxe. Again, you'll see that I'll warm this up a little bit to get the solvents flowing, and that's really important for the buffing process. Using a clean cotton cloth, you want to wrap it around your fingers so that you have a nice smooth surface to buff with. You want to make sure you don't have any wrinkles or fuzz or any other contaminants on your cloth. Get it a little damp, use the wax, and begin buffing. Again, I'm going to speed this process up because it is a little tedious and time consuming. You see what I'm doing here is I'm really just trying to get the solvents onto my polishing cloth. You don't need a lot of wax on your cloth. You're just wanting to use those solvents that are in the wax to begin buffing down those layers that you've already built up. Make sure you keep the cloth damp with the water. The water is going to act as your lubricant so that you're not taking off the wax that you've already built up, and the wax helps to melt everything back down. So you keep repeating this until you're happy with the process, making sure to move to a clean section of cloth when it starts to feel a little bogged down. Again, this takes time, so be patient and just keep working until you see that shine building up. It takes a little bit of time for the shine to build. After you've gotten to a point where you're really happy with the shine, comes the time for the final buff. Move to another clean section of your cloth. You'll add a little bit of water to get it damp and just a touch of wax to get a little bit of solvents. And this is where you want to have the absolute lightest touch that you've buffed with so far, and go just really quick back and forth movements. What this is doing is it's giving that final glissage. So as you've been buffing, you've usually been using circular motions, and it's going to leave little micro swirls in the wax. The final step is doing this quick light buff, and what this will do is it'll take all those micro scratches out of your mirror shine and just leave you with a clean, clear, glassy finish on the shoe. Again, make sure you don't have too much water on your cloth. You do not want to get the leather saturated with water. You want just enough to keep that cloth moving smoothly over the shine. See how that's really starting to clear up, looking like glass on that toe. Again, just tapping, getting a little bit more solvent on our polishing cloth, making sure that we're building up to a nice high mirror finish shine. You'll also notice as I'm finishing this up that we didn't go past the heel counter or the toe counter, so that we're not getting any hard waxes on the flex points. And I also kept the shine underneath the apron of the toe. Some people choose to go above the apron, but I really like the look and the intentionality of only mirror shining the toe beneath that apron portion of the shoe. I feel like it looks really clean, and you have less chances of cracking on a shoe like this. Now we'll look at both of these shoes side to side. A nice matching pair of black tassel loafers with a really crisp mirror shine. Thanks to Maddox and Co for supplying the shoes for this video.